Welcome to the Hard Rock Show. I'm Shane.
I'm Andrew.
And as usual, we've got plenty to talk about, plenty to throw at you guys.
Yeah. it's same old, nothing new. Well, there is lots of new, but
Yeah.
not much you can do about it. It's got a lot to get through as always.
So let's get straight into it.
I guess so.
Hard Rock happenings.
Yes.
First piece is Freddie Mercury and, of course, Eric Carr. It's now 20 years since they passed away.
Yep.
The anniversary just happened on the 24th of November.
Yep.
It's kind of sad, obviously.
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury left a massive, massive mark on rock and roll and music in general.
I don't think that many bands that exist today would exist without Freddie Mercury and Queen. I think they set a whole new benchmark in the scene and the industry and changed things forever.
Yeah, definitely.
For the better. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
They're responsible for some of the greatest, most well-known songs ever.
Well, it's funny, I was talking to a guy at my day job, and he didn't know who Queen were, but he knew Queen songs.
Yeah.
And that kind of says it all. I think that everyone knows Queen in some way, shape, or form, whether or not they actually know it. So that's the thing, in my opinion.
Definitely. But as I mentioned, Eric Carr, he passed away on the same day 20 years ago, and I think that...
Can't forget that one.
No,
yeah.
I think that Freddie passing away on the same day might have overshadowed Eric Carr a little bit, but he is probably one of the greatest people to ever sit behind a drum kit.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was the Fox character in Kiss.
Yep.
And yeah, he was just an absolute monster of a drummer.
Yeah.
Very underrated, and it's sad that he's passed away as well.
It's kind of hard not to be eclipsed by Freddie Mercury.
I
mean, the guy and his presence and all that stuff, but at the same time, it is important that things like this go on, and we do remember that there are more than just one or two people in the world, especially in hard rock and all the other genres that we cover. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So you've got an interesting one to talk about now.
Metallica are, I think, going on a midlife crisis. I'm going to call it a midlife crisis for Metallica.
First we had Lulu.
And now we've got a song called Red Lipstick. Now, this one is a collaboration with Rihanna. Apparently they're using the riff from Wherever I May Roam and something else in there. I don't know what exactly. And Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield are even getting a co-write credit on this.
I'm not sure. It sounds to me like they're not actually going to be playing on the track. They're just going to be using samples of Wherever I May Roam in the track.
Even still, that's enough for me to just wonder what the hell is going on with the camp, because, I think they're slowly progressing toward the new album and stuff that's going on, and at the same time they're doing that, they're doing things like Lulu and collaborations with Rihanna of all people, so I get the crossover thing, but this one's not going to work, I think, again, so be prepared for more backlash, Metallica, personally.
Now, Rolling Stone have just released their 100 greatest guitar players of all time list.
Interesting list, this one. Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen the entire list, but the top 10 in order reads Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, Eddie Van Halen, Angus Young, Tony Iommi, Randy Rhoads, Tom Morello, Slash, Kurt Cobain, James Hetfield, and Dimebag. That's in order.
I don't agree with that order.
Now, how does Dimebag come in at 10th? How does Randy Rhoads come in where he does? He should be well up the list. Dimebag should be well up the list. Kurt Cobain, for all that Nirvana did, he probably shouldn't be on the list.
Not in the top 10.
Not the top 10.
Not in the top 10, hands down.
Of the greatest guitar players ever?
No, there are better ones that come to mind. Kirk Hammett doesn't get a mention there, and I'd rate him...
Dave Mustaine doesn't get a mention there in the top 10.
Even better. And they're leaps and bounds beyond Kurt Cobain, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Angus Young, great guitarist, but I don't know if I'd throw him out there as... maybe top 10.
He's not the fourth greatest guitarist.
No.
He's top 10 worthy, but he's not number 4.
And Slash being that far down compared to some of the other ones.
Yes, Slash is number 7.
Yeah, and I would have put him...
rated only one spot above Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, that...
I'm not really sold on that countdown at all.
No, that doesn't make any sense. You break that down and that's ridiculous. So, Rolling Stone...
I don't know whether it's fans have voted on it or what, so...
That doesn't make sense because...
It may be a popularity contest, which I think is the term that you threw out.
That's what I said when we were talking about this before. It seems more like a popularity contest as opposed to a real list.
I mean, the majority of the players in that top 10 are underrated. Tom Morello is underrated.
Yeah, absolutely.
James Hetfield, for no matter what anybody says about Metallica these days, he's an underrated guitarist.
I am a big fan of rhythm guitar. I always have been. That's what I played when I was playing, and I think that it really is critical to a band to hold down that, because without the rhythm section, you've got nothing to play a lead over anyway. So yeah, he's underrated, and considering that even Bob Rock was shocked when he pulled out the solo for Nothing Else Matters and it was James playing it, that's saying something as well. So
I think that the top 3 spots are pretty much solid.
Yeah, I would go.
I wouldn't
with
change
that.
much there, but
No.
it just sort of goes haywire from position
That
4
point.
onwards. So.
Yeah, I think they need to revisit that one. So we'll see what they do. I mean, these things come out how often anyway, so you
yearly,
can't
5 yearly, I don't know.
You can't take it that seriously at the end of the day, but still, they got this one wrong.
Definitely.
Okay, going on to things that are a little bit wrong, I guess. Corey Taylor of Slipknot, who we all Stone Sour, who we all know by now, has finally unloaded on Rick Rubin. Now, the rest of the band have always been saying, yeah, it was a good experience to work with him. Everything was really good, really enriching, da-da-da-da-da. He was always much more coy about the whole subject. At a recent question and answer session with fans, he just completely unloaded. Now, I'm not going to go word for word on what he said, but he was basically saying he's overrated, overpaid, lazy. He came in for 45 minutes a week, and in that 45 minutes had a mic brought to him, listened to a bunch of stuff, and during that 45 minutes proceeded to eat a plate of... Like I said, I'm not going to go into the actual description, but apparently Corey thought it smelled like something that had been plunged out of a toilet. So... And proceeded to get it all over himself in the process, and was trying to get food out of his beard and things like this. So painting an extremely unprofessional picture of the great Rick Rubin, which is worth noting because he's now, last week we credited him with the guy everyone's saying is he brought back the Black Sabbath reunion.
Yeah, he's about to produce their new upcoming album, and he's worked with Johnny Cash, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Metallica, Slayer, Beastie Boys. He's done everybody, and it's interesting to hear Slipknot's take on working with Corey Taylor.
It's only Corey Taylor's take.
Working with him.
He did say he respects his past volume of work, but the man of today is a shadow of his former self. So take that one for what it's worth, folks.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We're going to take a look at a clip from an awesome young band from Queensland, Brisbane area, by the name of Cruz. The clip is called Lust, Fame, Money. Check it out. All right, that was Lust, Fame, Money by D-Low Cruz.
Very
Awesome
cool.
young band. You can actually get their entire debut album or EP. I think it runs about 7 tracks off their Facebook page, simply by clicking like. So check it out.
The links were in the clip, so go and have fun with that one.
Definitely.
Yes.
Now releases. We've got some interesting ones this week.
Yeah.
James Durbin. We've spoke about him on the show before. He's the American Idol metalhead. He played with Judas Priest on American Idol, and he's just dropped his debut album called Memories of a Beautiful Disaster. There's collaborations on it with Mick Mars from Motley Crue and James Michael from 6am.
Yes.
And I think the album's got some decent moments on it, but overall it's not a very great album.
It's an album that tries to cater to all tastes. It's not a case if he doesn't pick a line and just sort of walk it. He just tries to do a metal album, but tries to cover the pop genre and all those things at the same time. And I really don't think it worked.
No.
It didn't come off for me at all. I sat there, and normally when we're listening to things, reviewing it, I'll listen to things a few times through just to really get a good vibe for it. I stopped after the first listen. Yeah. So it's not bad. The songs themselves are well crafted, but the album as a whole, disappointing, to be honest.
Bit of a fail.
Yeah. So
now, the next one is Stained.
Yes.
Just brought out a self-titled album.
Yep.
Now, I've never been much of a fan of Stained, but this album kind of caught my attention. There's one track on there called Wannabe, which I
love that
think
one.
Is awesome.
Yep.
And it's overall a lot heavier than a lot of their albums have been for the last few years, and it's sort of working for me.
They kind of had a change of perspective. A lot of them had kids and marriages and things like that going on, and so they were really, really just changing their focus. But this one is a return to form for the early days of Break the Cycle, and before that goes much heavier, much more aggressive, and it's just really, really unreal. But it's interesting to note this is the last album with their drummer for the whole time, because he's left, because this whole process for this album was apparently extremely strenuous. And so they had a lot of fun trying to get all that done. So see what happens with that. But that was a really good album. I was really impressed with it. So
yeah, I'm enjoying that one. I've listened to it a few times, and I still continue to listen to it. So yeah, definitely worth checking out.
Unreal.
Next up, Pearl Jam. It's hard to believe, but they've been around for 20 years now. Yeah,
and, that's a scary thought.
Just released the documentary movie called Pearl Jam 20. And it's probably one of the best band documentaries I've seen ever.
I'm going to go completely along with that. I'm not going to dispute that in any way, shape or form. Watching that, it's a long one, goes for a couple of hours, but you do not get bored at all. And they cover everything from Mother Love Bone to suicide.
Right back to the start. Their arguments in relationship with Nirvana. Right up to the present day. Yeah. It's a fantastic watch. Runs for about 2 hours, and like Andrew said, it doesn't get boring or stale. It's just a great watch.
And they ended it right at the exact point where you're going, well, what happens next? And I'm waiting to see what happens next. So
that's it.
Very well done.
Now, another one that was very well done is the Foo Fighters Back and Forth DVD. That was another very cool documentary. It was a lot of emotion went into that one, I think. Yeah. Goes into depth about Dave's relationship with Taylor and all that sort of stuff, and the hell that he went through when Kurt Cobain committed suicide, and was he going to continue with music, or what way was he going to go? And
then when Taylor was doing the same thing, wound up in a coma, and what Dave went through, and how he didn't think he was going to be able to continue anymore if Taylor went down. So really gets into it. And a different side too, because it shows the recording of the album Wasting Light, and it goes through that whole process, but at the same time it's showing them in the pool with their kids and all that sort of stuff at the same time. So it's really good.
But at a time when every band seems to be releasing a documentary, we've got another one to talk about next week.
Yes.
These are two of the best ones that I've seen in the last few years. Yeah. Right up there with the story of Anvil, which is probably the best documentary. So
I think a lot of credit needs to go for some kind of Monster by Metallica for creating these more in-depth, behind-the-scenes sort of documentaries that really get visceral and down with the band and the people involved. So very good watches. Yeah,
so definitely check those out.
Yes.
We've got another clip to play now. This one is Dead Star Renegade for the track 20 to Life.
Yes.
It's a clip that they put together themselves. Pays a bit of tribute to some of the rock stars that have passed away. Yeah. And Freddie and Eric Carr, who we mentioned earlier, are in the video too. So enjoy.
funny girls and cars, oh yeah, what a wonderful time. Father always said to you, you got talent to burn, so use it wise. You were looking at 20 to life, now you're dancing on the outside. Don't know what's coming to you, got your hands on the bottle, spend your time getting high. And you keep on peace when you're looking down a barrel. And the smile on your face hides the fear in your soul. The hard man's smile is going down. You're running high, but you're always found. Everybody changed you, now they want to rearrange you. You've climbed so high, it's all gonna come back down. You hold your head up high, oh hey, you're a lucky man. Got away with everything except the concrete boots at the bottom of the dam. They're waiting for you, maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow. But that clock is ticking down, and it ain't gonna matter if you beg, steal, or borrow. And you keep on pace when you're looking down a barrel. And the smile on your face hides the fear in your soul. The hard man's smile is going down. You're running high, but you're always found. Everybody changed you, now they want to rearrange you. You've climbed so high. Whoa, coming down. Can't find peace when you're looking down a barrel. Can't find peace when you're looking down a barrel. Can't find peace when you're looking down a barrel. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The hard man's smile is going down. Yeah, you're running hard, but you're always found. Everybody changed you, now they want to rearrange you. You've climbed so high, it's all gonna come back down.
All right, we're back. That was 20 to Life by Dead Star Renegade. I hope you enjoyed that clip.
We've got an interview coming up with them later in the season too.
Yeah,
so
in the next couple of weeks, I hope
Yeah.
we can get something out there, that interview.
yeah,
Now, first feature artist for the week, Chinatown Angels.
a little support act, I guess, this week. So
Yeah. They've
very
just,
cool.
Just released a single. They haven't got an EP yet. This is a single, Nasty.
Yep.
It's got 2 songs on it, Nasty and Gunshy. They're a 4-piece from Melbourne. Been around for a couple of years. They formed in 2009.
Yep.
They're about to go into the studio and do the follow-up to this, which is going to be another two-track
Yeah.
single. They're always gigging around town. Cherry Bar, we seen them at Cherry Bar.
Yep.
Really cool sound that they've got going on here.
Well, I reckon personally it's a bit of a mash-up between sort of AC/DC and Motley Crue. Or you said Guns N' Roses or Motley Crue. It was just the lyrics for me reminded me more of Motley Crue.
Well, as we spoke about it,
Yeah.
the riffs
Yep.
remind us of AC/DC.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you were saying the vocals, the the lyrics.
The lyrics.
Are very Motley Crue.
Yeah.
To you, and I'm thinking that the overall style.
Yep.
Is Guns N' Roses. So there is a lot of all three of those bands in there. I think.
Yeah.
Very very cool band.
Sort of sleazy, dirty rock, really good stuff. And we've covered $1 Million Reload previously.
From Northern Ireland.
Yeah, and I think that if $1 Million Reload ever came out here, or Chinatown Angels. Yes, that's the right name. I'm losing the plot today. Keep thinking of the other band with a similar name.
Yeah.
But if those two bands ever got together, that'd be a really good bill. So really well fit together, those ones. So that'd be really, really good to see. But definitely a lot of energy when you see them live too.
It's interesting to note that out of these two tracks as well, they're obviously both as good as each other because I go for the single Nasty.
Yeah, and I go for Gunshy, the B-side.
Yeah, so they're obviously two very good songs on there. There's not a throwaway track on there.
No, and this isn't a
throwaway. Because there's only two tracks on there, so you wouldn't want one of them to be throwaway.
Well, there's the traditional B-side, which was literally a throwaway, and this one is not that case because I actually prefer that track. Yeah. So there you go.
But yeah, check them out.
For sure.
So now on to our main feature artist for the week.
Yes.
Elm Street. Almighty Elm Street.
Yeah.
I love these guys.
These guys have been around since, I think, 2003 or something like that. Very young.
They're young and they are so good at what they do. These guys can play the shit out of their instruments.
See them live. I don't care. You get a chance to see this band, you take it, because you'll never see a band this young so tight.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how well they play.
That's the album. It's called Barbed Wire Metal.
Yes.
And the guys have just signed a worldwide deal as well. So good luck and congratulations for that.
Well done.
But they're another 4-piece from Melbourne.
Yep.
Heavy influences from Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, all that old school stuff that we love.
Yep.
Plus a bit of Megadeth thrown in there. Anthrax.
Yeah, I was thinking also sort of a Slayer kind of a vibe at points and things like this. It's sort of like Priest and Maiden thrashed to hell kind of thing. It goes so fast. It's almost sort of punky in vibe a little bit. That's not a negative thing. It's just got such a good solid riffage. It's just amazing what these guys can do. And
it's interesting that when we throw out about the Megadeth influence, the artwork from Barbed Wire Metal was actually done by Ed Repka, who did some of Megadeth's artwork, which is a cool connection there too. So
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I don't know. Epic songs, not ridiculously long, but most songs go for around that 4.5 to 5.5 minute mark. And you do enjoy this thoroughly. It's a good album, a very solid debut.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The guys are always gigging. They're always around town. They've done some awesome gigs with bands like Electric Mary, the Angels.
Yeah.
They were going to play with Airborne, but Airborne cancelled the gig. So they're getting some great gigs, and they're only going to get better from here.
Well, the average age of these guys is 21. Now, they've already got a distribution deal worldwide. They've already played gigs like this, and they've got a massive reputation around Melbourne alone for just being unreal to watch live. So, as I said before, get out and see these guys. They're fantastic.
Definitely. Now, as always, we pick a couple of favourites off the album.
Yep.
My two favourites
are
Elm Street's Children.
Yep.
And Metal is the Way.
Yep.
Because it is. It's the way.
Absolutely, yes. Got to agree with you there. Although my top two, one is the same, Elm Street's Children. It's just a standout track.
Love the gang vocals in that track. There's a lot of gang vocals throughout this album.
Exactly, yeah.
Which I've always been a huge fan of. Love that chanting sort of stuff in the background.
And it is good for that kind of thing. And even live it goes off doing that too. But the other one for me is Leatherface.
Yeah.
Just love that track as well. Just a really good, really high energy. And it doesn't matter because live or on CD, it translates really, really well. The energy is fantastic from these guys.
Yeah. Let's play their clip.
Absolutely.
This is their debut clip for the title track, Barbed Wire Metal. So enjoy.
Your ass, 8 feet from me.
were back. That was Barbed Wire Metal by Elm Street.
Yes.
Awesome band. Check them out.
That clip alone should give you a taste for what these guys are at. It's thrash and it's heavy, but it's got that little bit of class to it, which I really enjoy.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But that's about all for the Hard Rock Show this week. So be sure to check out Elm Street, Chinatown Angels. Check out the releases that we've told you about.
Yep. Give us some feedback if you like. Feel
Yeah.
free. We're always on Facebook and stuff. So
Yeah, give us feedback. And most important, get out there and see some gigs.
absolutely. The scene is thriving in Melbourne alone, so let's get that happening everywhere.
Yeah. So until next week,
Drink up.
and rock on. Oh my god.
It's getting warm now.
Oh, I've wanted to fucking scratch my nose so bad.
Drink slower or get a bib?
Got a bib option. No one wants to drink slow.
No, that's true.